To continue, we'll now focus on the sociological perspective. So kanina, sa unang video, we've apologies kung not medyo abrupt yung pagtapos, no? More than 30 minutes na pala yun. But the idea is, when we talk about society, culture, and politics, those are three integrated disciplines, or concepts, rather, concepts. And it's sad to see that such things are happening to those people na basically hindi naman nila ginusto na umabot sila sa ganong desisyon. Sino gusto mawala ng kidney, no? Sino gustong mawala ng pangkabuhayan nila? Sino gustong mawala mawala ng trabaho, lalo isang bagay na passion niya, I think. Now, that's why we need to have that particular, sorry kung medyo social commentary ang dating. But that's the idea. We're learning this because we want to have that knowledge. To have that certain understanding, that critical mind na ito yung nangyayari. Hindi porket hindi mo to nararanasan, wala ka na lang hindi porket hindi mo to nararanasan, wala ka na lang pakialam. Kasi walang pinagkaiba yung taong walang pakialam sa taong I mean, I don't mean to offend, but that's the idea. Hindi naman kailangan lagi kami gagawin eh. But the mere fact that you're sharing something that's truthful, sharing something that will help at least a certain group of people, that's worth more than doing nothing. Kasi again, at one point over the other, you'll get out of that comfort zone at magiging bahagi ka nito. Ito pinagsasabi ko. Sa ayaw mo sa gusto. Okay? Sa ayaw mo sa gusto. So, and moving on, we'll talk about sociological perspectives. In a nutshell, itong sociological perspectives are mainly sociology na discipline. But these are three good lenses or perspectives in trying to understand why there are societal problems, or how societies are functioning, how they are of interest sa atin. So these are ways, sociological perspectives are ways to view and deal with issues presented about topic or about problem. There are three ways to view perspectives: through function, conflict, and symbols. So, para mas madali maintindihan, pag sinabing functionalist perspective, so ito yung triangle, ito yung society. Pag sinabing functionalist, lahat ng nangyayari sa isang lipunan ay may particular na function. Lahat may silbi. Lahat may silbi. Regardless kung negative yan. May silbi yung, alam natin na yung mga positive things, meron siyang positibong ambag. Pero yung mga negative things, meron din siyang ambag. Bakit may mga kriminal? Para merong trabaho yung mga pulis. Bakit may batas? Or rather, ba't may lumalabag sa batas? Para mapakita na ina-apply yung batas. Those are functions. Those are functions. And regardless of negative activities, meron yung particular function para may pakita na ito yung mali. So, wag mo itong gawin. Kasi pag ginawa mo to, meron kang merong angkla connected connected na kaparusahan. Then the conflict perspective states that hindi lahat may function, hindi ganoon. Merong problema sa lipunan kasi ang problema may ilang taong nakikinabang. Isa, dalawa, tatlo, lima, assume natin. Pero merong more than 5 billion people na sila yung naapakan. At merong conflict. Hindi masayang lipunan, hindi lahat tinatanggap yung function ng bawat isa. Hindi masayang lipunan. Merong problema. At yung problema yun dapat i-address. Interactionist perspective states that we are the ones who create the meanings. Meanings rather. Yung mga konteksto. Tayo nagbibigay ng konteksto sa mga bawat bagay na ginagawa natin. And to fully understand if something is problematic or not, ilagay natin sa konteksto kung paano natin siya titignan. So, para pas palawakin, the basics of functionalist perspective muna, a macro level orientation, gusto niya iparating na society is a complex system whose parts work together to promote solidarity and stability. Yung keyword, solidarity and stability. Lahat ay may function. May function itong ginagawa natin para matuto kayo. Ba't kayo kailangan matuto? Para makapagtapos kayo. Pag nagtapos kayo, kayo ay magiging functioning or productive member ng lipunan na magbabayad ng tax, mamimili ng kung ano-ano para magpatuloy ang ekonomiya, magkakaroon ng pamilya, magkakaanak, ipagpapatuloy, uulitin at uulitin yung cycle hanggang sa mananatili kayong maging produktibong membro ng lipunan, promoting stability and solidarity in that particular economy, a particular society. So the key elements here are social structures referring to any relatively stable patterns of social behavior and social function. Ay yung consequences ng bawat ginagawa mo as a whole. So again, they see system as highly integrated parts working together harmoniously. Maayos yung takbo ng lipunan. Wala naman talagang kaguluhang nagaganap. Merong mga problema, yes, pero those problems are part of a society, of any community, at meron yung function. Ang function nun, again, pwedeng ipakita na may mali para may maitama. May problema kasi may pwedeng baguhin, pwedeng ayusin. Pero hindi ibig sabihin, meron ng kaguluhang nagaganap. May mali na nagaganap. Because lahat ng bagay, lahat ng aspeto ng lipunan has that certain function. So, para siya living organism, parang katawan natin. Each part has a certain function. Kailangan natin to para mabuhay tayo, para mabuo tayo. So, who's who in the functionalist perspective? August Comte, so importance of social integration. Durkheim, established sociology sa discipline siya sa mga naunang nag-aral, gumawa ng pag-aaral when it comes to social problems, okay? Social problems primarily sa religion and sa suicide. Suicide is not something that's personal but societal in nature. Then Herbert Spencer, again, comparing society to human body, and Robert Merton, for him, there are two types of function. Yung manifest, ito yung intended. Kung nag-aral ka, obviously, ang intended consequence na makapagtapos ka at maging produktibong miyembro kang lipunan. Or latent function, these are unrecognized at mga hindi sinasadya. Na nung nag-aral ka, nakahanap ka ng jowa mo, at yung jowa mo yun, siya yung pangasawa mo for the rest of your life. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo na-expect na nung nag-aral ka, magkakaroon ka ng jowa. Pero dahil yun ay latent function, it still has a positive or a certain function in order for you to have that certain, to be an important functioning member of a society. At the same time, meron daw tinatawag na social dysfunction, sabi ni Merton. These are undesirable consequences. Mga hindi katanggap-tanggap na consequences. Yet, these are part of a society. Hindi naman yan sa mali. Hindi lang katanggap-tanggap. Okay? Take note, the term is undesirable. Hindi katanggap-tanggap. Kasi may mga certain norms tayo, mga nakagawian, mga batas, na ito yung dapat sundin. Pag di ka sumunod dito, hindi ka katanggap-tanggap. Not necessarily mali, pero hindi ka tanggap-tanggap. Okay, yun yung pala yung mas tamang term. Undesirable, hindi ka tanggap-tanggap. So, sample is, businesses pay tax to the government. Government use tax to fund the school system. Schools educate people so they can get jobs. Jobs allow people to spend money at local businesses. Yan parang harmonious. No? Mas madaling intindihin ito kasi ganito yung dating nga. No? Bakit ginagawa niya may positive or positive consequences sa lipunan. However, sabi ng conflict perspective, teka, parang hindi naman tunay yan ah. So, yung mga mahihirap, ang function nila is mapakita sa mga tao na mahirap sila, so dapat huwag nyo silang gayahin. Magtrabaho kayo, magsumikap kayo, mag-aral kayo mabuti, magtapos kayo ng pag-aaral para hindi kayo maging katulad nila, nakatira lang informal settlers lang, ganon. Because for them, they believe that society is not harmonious. It's an arena of inequality that generates conflict and hopefully social change. Because the reality is, yung lipunan ay constructed to benefit certain few. Factors such as race, sex, class, age are linked to social inequality. There's always a dominant group and a disadvantaged group. The idea is, sabi pa nga sa isang nabasa, hindi ko matandaan yung actual na article, but there's a certain rankings pa nga daw eh. White, male, men, tapos others. Joke lang. But the idea is, race, sex, that's yung kung patriarchal society, kung yan ay halimbawa nasa mga bansang hindi pa rin ganun kadami yung karapatan ng mga kababaihan, siguro Middle Eastern countries, yun, there's inequality. There's inequality. And hindi yun pwedeng tanggapin mo lang. Hindi lahat ay pinanganak na may kakayanan. Hindi porket nagkaroon ng scholarship at yumaman, lahat ganun yung kwento. Kasi kahit masipag ka, kung hindi ka talaga nabigyan ng tamang pagkakataon, nabigyan ng tamang oportunidad, kahit anong sipag mo, hindi ka aabot sa punto na yun, na magiging maganda or maalwan yung buhay mo. Kasi may mga taong hindi talaga nabigyan ng pagkakataon eh. Kahit naman masipag ka eh. Masipag yung mga jeepney driver natin. Lahat sila masipag. Pero ba't iilan lang talaga sa kanila yung yumaman? Kasi po tamad sila. Kasi manginginom sila. Kasi po hindi sila nag-iipon. Yeah, siguro, oo, tama. But, yun lang ba yung rason? What if nalagay sila sa mga sitwasyon na hindi nila na nagkasakit yung anak nila. Nagkasakit yung asawa nila. Nagkasakit yung magulang nila. At lahat ng ipon nila nawala. Walang tumulong sa kanila. Wala kasing mga programa ang gobyerno para tulungan ang mga katulad nila na average wage earners. Mga minimum wage earners. Walang walang mekanismo para tulungan sila. Because there are certain groups who basically can have things other than other people, compared to other people. Again, they view society as composed of those who are competing for power and resources. They focus heavily on inequality and differential distribution of power and wealth. Kasi may mga top 1% at may others. May maiilang nakikinabang lang sa yaman ng mundo. Say, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, to name some. Yan. And bihira sa kanila yung tumutulong talaga. Mabuti nga, kahit sabihin natin, di pwedeng political, but Bill Gates is doing some philanthropic work. Tumutulong siya. Yung mga nakuha niya ay tinutulong niya, dinodonate niya para for a better cause. But the idea is conflict theory focuses heavily on inequality and differential distribution. Mahirap sabihin na kasi masipag ako. May mga certain privileges kasi yung mga tao. Lalo kung ikaw ay anak ng politiko sa bansang ito, malaki yung chance na yung politiko ka din in the near future. Positively or negatively. But that's the idea. May certain privileges sa mga tao na wala yung iba. Na kahit anong gawin nila, hindi sila magkakaroon. Because the reality is, there is inequality at kailangan mong i-address yun. Hindi laging masaya ang lipunan, hindi laging masaya ang mundo. May mga tao, meron, at may mga tao, wala. So, who's who? Number 1 is Karl Marx. Importance of social class and inequality and social conflict. I won't dig deeper kay Marx. Hindi ito yung tamang discussion. More siguro sa policy nyo, politics. Sana pag-usapan nyo siya. But again, that's what I think. Siya yung proponent ng conflict perspective, followed by Dubois. So, race as major problem sa United States. So, machinery, yan ito, sample. Anyway, again, injustices, inequity or inequality, dominant groups over the other. Then we have symbolic interactionist. In micro level, kung na yung dalawa, macro, groups dito, individual, close up, ang focus social interactions mismo. The key element is that society is nothing more than a shared reality of people that they construct as they interact with one another. So, society is complex, ever-changing mosaic of subjective meanings. Ibig sabihin, the way we see things is not actually static. Kahit siguro sa question, effective ba itong online class? Diyan pala magkakaroon na tayo ng diskusyonan. At hindi ibig sabihin, iba yung sinasabi mo, mali ka. Because under the symbolic interactionism, may kanya-kanya tayo yung bumubuo ng meaning ng mga bagay na ginagawa natin. Tayo yung bumubuo ng definition of what is good or what is bad. And we try, with a certain group of people, we accept what is accepted by the group, by you, or by that particular community that you belong with. Halimbawa, example dito. Yun nga, again, sa online class na lang. Well, yes, some would say that this is effective, this is needed, a necessity. Some would say na proliferates inequality, no? May mga certain privileges, wala yung iba. I won't try to question it about this more ngayon. Hindi po na ngayon kayo mag-ila. May time tayo para pag-usapan yan. Siguro pag nasa tayo, second quarter. Kasi andun na tayo sa kalagitnaan. Sa kalagitnaan, magkakaroon tayong time para mag-usap-usap about this. Na-experience natin eh. Ano yung mga nakita natin? Doon tayo mag-usap-usap. Pag meron tayong karanasan. Mahirap magsalita pag hindi mo alam yung kabuuan ng kwento. But in this case, symbolic meaning of smoking overrides the actual facts. Okay, masama ang paninigarilyo. Pero bakit may naninigarilyo? Kasi ibang naninigarilyo, niniwala sila na ito ay nakakalis ng stress. Nakakawala ng stress. Magkakaroon ka ng certain group of friends na nakakaintindi sa'yo. Pag sa pagyoyosi, may mga ganun, peers. And regardless of the negative effects, tinatanggap nila. Kasi yun yung way nila para mag-distress. Yun yung way nila para magkaroon ng friends. Sa mga taong nagkaroon ng negative experience sa paninigarilyo, halimbawa, nawala yung voice box niya, sasabihin niya na, ay hindi, masama ang paninigarilyo. Nakakasira yan ng buhay ng tao. Even ito, sing-sing. Ano ba yan? Marriage? Kasal? Or sakal? Pwede magbago yung definition. Depende sa kung sino yung mga taong nag-uusap or pinag-uusapan yung konteksto ng isang bagay o isang kaganapan under the symbolic perspective, because they use symbols and face-to-face interactions, and those interactions and meanings or symbols can change. Very dynamic. What does Facebook mean to you 10 years ago compared to today? Ngayon, ginagamit ng Facebook para magkaroon ka ng, o dati ginagamit siya para magkaroon ka ng friends, online friends. Ngayon, ginagamit mo na lang siya as pastime kasi nawalan ka na ng vigor dahil nga sobrang toxic na din ng social media. Sabi kasi sa isang nabasa ko lang to sa YouTube comment, sa isang video ni Tonight Show, I think, tama. Tonight Show with Trevor Noah. Isang comment doon, kung gusto mo daw mawala yung 1/3 ng problema sa mundo, tanggalin mo yung Facebook. Itira mo yung Twitter. Hindi, joke. Ako na lang nagsabi. But, in the functionalism, relationship between parts of society, how aspects of society are functional. Ayun pala, para mas maganda, no? Yung dagdag ko lang example, Facebook. So, sa functionalist perspective, meron siyang intended function, to connect people, communicate those who were mga kamag-anak mo na hindi mo kilala or mga kaibigan mo na hindi mo na nakikita, connect people. But unintended consequence niya, it became too toxic to a point na hindi mo na alam kung ano yung totoo sa mali o sa hindi, and you're being brainwashed siguro for others, lalo kung tinatanggap na share na lang nila. Then for conflict perspective, in the use of Facebook, it tries to proliferate the divide. Lalo yung nangyari ngayon, sinare ko nga ito, na pinressure yung Facebook ng Thai government na tanggalin, close down yung mga military or mga kritiko ng Thai government. Kasi dahil monarchy yun, bawal magsalita ang mga tao sa monarchy, mga negatibo. Yung Facebook, pinressure siya na i-close down yung mga groups na negatibo towards the Thai government. Or yun na lang nangyari sa Pilipinas way back, so 2 months ago. Nagkaroon ng mga dummy accounts yung mga kritiko, yung mga kritik ng gobyernong ito. Nagkaroon sila ng dummy accounts, ng mga fake accounts, fake accounts. That's to further the divide, so that certain group will benefit. Okay? And from a symbolic interactionist perspective, depende kung paano natin pag-uusapan or tatanggapin na ito yung meaning na para sa atin. Ang Facebook ay nakakabuti. Kasi kinoconnect nito yung mga pamilya. Kasi free access, so mas madali yung chance na mag-usap-usap tayo. Compared sa, halimbawa, sa mas na nagsawa na sa Facebook, lalo yung henerasyon nyo, natin, siguro, is that it's just a melting pot of those negativities. Kaya siguro, mag-Twitter ka na lang or mag-IG ka na lang, mas less, kasi iba lumilipat na rin sa IG, ang dami na rin troll accounts dun eh, or nanto-troll na lang. Hindi talaga mawawala ng toxic, no? But, yeah. So, that ends our lecture for today. So, in a nutshell, I just want you to have a first glance on how to be more critical, or how to have that certain critical mind in understanding society, culture, and politics. And as we go along, hopefully, by the time na nagbabrowse kayo ng mga social media accounts nyo, you'll have that certain mindset na, oo nga no, tama ba to? Katanggap-tanggap ba to? Ito ba talaga yung bagay na karespeto? Parang may mali, parang may problema. At kung may problema, dapat siguro humanap tayo ng posibleng solusyon. So, tapos na aking pre-recorded lecture. Humayo po kayo. Gaya sinasabi ko, huwag munang magpakarami.